Former UFC 2 division champion Daniel Cormier predict Jon Jones' future in heavyweight division and explain his longtime rival will fail to get championship title in heavyweight division. On the recent DC and RC podcast, Daniel Cormier gave his UFC prediction for 2022 and said Jon Jones will return to the action but he will fail to get the title. Daniel Cormier also predict for the Dagestani fighter Islam Makhachev that he will be champion at the end of the year.
I believe that Jon Jones will fight at heavyweight and he'll fight for the belt, but he'll lose to Cyril Gane or Francis Ngannou. And I just think that the time away with the weight difference and those guys being who they are, that's the problem. It's not that Jones has gotten worse. It's just that these guys are a different level of heavyweight. I think by the end of this year, Islam Makhachev is wearing that title. As much as I like Charles Oliveira, as much as I think that he's improved, I think that Makhachev does so many things good, and he is so big, and he's in such great shape, and he presents so many different problems for these guys that by the end of 2022, Islam Makhachev will be holding the UFC lightweight championship for the world.
But Michael Bisping doesn't agree with Daniel Cormier's point. He said Daniel Cormier heavily disliked Jon Jones. That's the reason why DC said he doesn't have chance. Michael Bisping praised Jon Jones and said he absolutely have chance to beat Francis Ngannou and Cyril Gane.
Daniel Cormier, the light heavyweight champion, the heavyweight champion, the people's champion. He came out today and he made a statement and said that Jon Jones will never become the heavyweight champion. Said he will return to the octagon in 2022. Said he'll fight for the belt, but he won't become the champ. But I think I got to disagree with Daniel Cormier here. Sorry, Daniel, you're my friend. But, you know, it's just a discussion on YouTube. Because he does know him, because he does have that history, and because they don't like one another, I believe that maybe that's skewing the judgment of DC. Of DC just a little bit here. So listen, let's go into it. These guys don't like each other, right? They are major rivals. But now, Jon Jones, his old rival, he's stepping up to heavyweight and he's trying to do what DC did. And because DC doesn't like him, then maybe he's like, nah, he's not going to be able to do that. He's saying that he's been away from the sport for too long. 2 years is too long. There's going to be ring rust. And those two, they're a different breed of heavyweight. And maybe he's right. But let's just dissect Jon Jones a little bit here. We're talking. But the reality is, if you look at the performances, he potentially is the greatest of all time. We're talking the longest win streak in UFC history. Most title fight wins in UFC history. He never lost a fight other than a disqualification 13 years ago to Matt Hamill in a fight that he was utterly dominating, but then it was a 12-6 elbow. And he's not even 35 yet. Okay, plus he beat everybody at their own style. He would make a point of doing that. He would beat them at their very own style. And as I say, he's not even 35 yet, so there's no way that he's going to show up old. Jon Jones is out there. Jon Jones has a resume. Jon Jones is one of the best to ever do it. Okay, so to say that he can't come back after this time and beat those guys, I don't think I agree. I'm not saying he is going to win. But to say that he just has no chance, I don't think that's right. That's right. Because Jon, amongst everything else, is a master tactician. He's got great grappling and he's got the confidence.
What do you think about Jon Jones? Can he become UFC World Heavyweight Champion? Write down below your thought on the comment box.